Hey everyone, welcome back to episode or video number 2 on using the brand new CTS Archive solution. In the first video, we sort of went over the broadest picture of what this product was. And in this second video, what I want to do is hop into Wardrobe and really look at how we use this to archive things that are in our wardrobes out. And that's sort of the core of this product. I mean, there's a lot of other functionality. There's a lot of other things that we can do with it, as is often the case with these types of products. But the real intention here is to be able to go into our wardrobe and get rid of something. So I want to take a look at that step today. Now, if you recall, in the last video, we actually went through and we created our two drawers. One was called Gadgets and one was called My Clothing. And as a reminder, before you get started, you have to have at least one drawer in your cabinet. All right, well, let's go ahead and hop over to my wardrobe. And when I first created this account, I grabbed some quick gotcha items from Buddha and that worked without a mesh body and sent them over to this account just to have something to wardrobe for the demonstration videos. But now I've gotten, not quite Buddha, her own set of blueberry clothes, so I don't necessarily need this pink ruffle bikini anymore. So we're going to look at how to archive this out of our inventory and mark it as archived in the wardrobe. So when you get the archive tool, you're going to notice a new button up on your toolbar that has archive. And when it's selected, you're going to have this archive toolbar. You can hide this toolbar and all the information about your archives by simply clicking this button. When you do, you'll notice that the archive toolbar goes away, and when you have it on, you'll also notice that your items are going to have this new icon here, right between the privacy setting and the delete button. And this is how we archive things. You'll also notice that you have some selectors up here. You can choose to not show items that are in inventory and show archived items only. Or you can choose to show only inventory items and not show the archived items. You can also choose to see your cabinets through here. You can see that the not quite archived cabinet is located at this location, and here's the two drawers that are inside of it. All right, so we have this bikini here, and I don't want to keep it in my inventory anymore. I'm probably not going to wear it. It was just for a demonstration purpose. Or let's just say it's really old, and you just don't want it anymore. What we can do to use the archive tool with our wardrobe is find the entry that we don't want anymore and click this archive this item button. Now when we click that, it's going to pop up and it's going to have a list of all of our drawers. If you have more than one cabinet, it will list all of those with each of the drawers inside of that cabinet underneath. And all you have to do is simply click the drawer you want to store it in the right cabinet. So in this case, not quite archived, the My Clothing drawer, and then choose, do you want to keep the folder in your inventory, or do you want to box the items up and delete the folder from inventory? In my case, I'm going to go ahead and box it up and delete it. Now you may decide that you don't need to remove these things from inventory, you just want to get them archived out of your view in Wardrobe, in which case you can choose to keep the folder in inventory. But for the purpose of this demonstration, I think the more common archive solution will be to actually box the item up and delete it from your inventory. So once you have that, go ahead and click on OK. And it's actually, you can't see it right now because it's in World, but it's actually resing a box or basket for us to put this stuff in. And this message here is really important. Once you've done it a couple times, you won't need to read it, but it's telling you what to do now. Basically, we need to take the items that are in inventory out, put them into the basket, take that basket back into our inventory, and then put the basket back into the cabinet. It's kind of a lot of steps, but the way Second Life is set up to work, it really just has to be that way. So let's go ahead and come back over into Second Life, and you'll see now in front of my cabinet, I've got this basket. And if I right-click and choose Edit, you can see that it's been given the same name as the item in Wardrobe. Pretty cool. So what do we do with it now? Well, we're going to come to our RLV folder, or wherever that piece of clothing is. In this case, it's the peach ruffle bikini. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up each of the parts of this, the top and the bottom. And I'm going to drag them, holding down my control key, over this object. If you don't hold down the control key, you're going to get this message, only a single item can be dragged here. And you could drag these items singularly. But for our case, we're going to hold down control and drop both of them in at the same time. Now you're going to get this visual indication of this little stack of clothes when you've put something into the basket. And if I right-click the basket again and choose Edit, and look at the Contents tab, you're going to see that it's got the 2 items that I dropped in. Now since these are no copy gotcha items, they no longer appear in my inventory. Okay. Alright, so let me go ahead and do the next step. So once we have all the items we want to put into this basket in the basket, we're going to right-click on it and we're going to take it. And now we can see that this basket, this item, is in our inventory. And what we need to do is we need to pick it up and we're going to drag it on top of our cabinet. And just like when we were putting the things in the basket, we're going to hold down the control key and we're going to let go. And when we do that, if I look in my local chat here, it's going to tell me that the item Peach Ruffalkini was moved to the drawer My Clothing. I should also point out that if you use the Z-drop functionality in Firestorm, when you create a new basket, you can actually utilize the Z-drop to add the items to it. I don't have Firestorm, so I'm not able to demonstrate that, but it's something you can do. Okay, so that's it. If we come back now into our wardrobe, you'll see that we've got this icon is no longer that little cabinet icon, but it actually has a little box. And in a future video, we're going to talk about how we get stuff back out of the archive. But this lets me know that it's been archived. And if I uncheck both of these here, it goes away. If I check Show Items in Inventory, you can see that it's not there anymore. But if I choose Show Archived Items now, it will show up. So if I only want to see items in my inventory that are active, I can uncheck that Show Archived Items button. So that's the first step. That's the basics, like the most basics of using the new archive tool. In the next video, we're going to take a look at putting a box into our wardrobe where we're not starting, or pardon me, into our archive cabinet where we're not starting from our wardrobe. Slightly different approach, but it gives us sort of the same end result with a slightly different use case. So tune in for episode video number 3 on the archive series. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Click the little bell icon if you want to get notified when I do create new videos. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks very much.